Happy New Year! I'm really excited today to bring you my plans for my Make 9 for 2022. Thought it would be a fun start to the new year. So if you're not familiar with the Make 9, it's where makers pick, I think it started with choosing 9 patterns to make as kind of a checklist for the year. It's a fun way to kind of do some light planning or like set some intentions for the year for how your making journey is gonna go. So yeah, initially I think it started as picking 9 patterns, but I've also seen folks do like 9 fabrics instead, or even 9 things they want to mend. Super cool. Or so any like kind of blend between those I think is super fun. It really appeals to me as a planner. Like I love making sewing plans, and I'm not gonna lie, like the 9 that I have picked, it took me like a solid week to settle down what I wanted to do, because I knew that I wanted to pick not just patterns or fabrics, but I wanted them to like go together, kind of make a capsule wardrobe. So yeah, I spent way too long going through my whole fabric stash, trying to pick out 9 projects. So I was making fun of myself a little bit, but it is really like my favorite part of sewing. So it was great to like get into my stash, and like I literally took out every single piece of fabric in my fabric stash, held it up and was like, do I want this one or this one? So it was super fun, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you. So before I jump into the individual projects that I have planned, I kind of wanted to talk about like my process a little bit in how I decided and how I picked each of these projects. So this is my 3rd year doing Make 9, and so last year I made 7 of the 9 pieces that I had planned, and I made a video about it, so you can check that out. But the first year that I did it, I don't like to say that I like failed, because it taught me a lot, and I ended up like writing a whole bunch about it, and it was really a great learning experience for me. But I didn't even make 2 of the things that I had planned. And that's fine. Like that was a learning experience, and there is no shame for anyone who does not stick to a year-long plan that they start in January. Like it's kind of, I mean, it's a silly thing. It's a silly thing that I love, but if it's not for you, I totally understand. So with this one, I really wanted to approach it with some intentionality. So I had 3 goals in mind. The first one was to kind of just get an idea of what I wanted to be making and wearing for the year. So I really looked at colors, kind of pulling a palette together, palette-ish, and treating it sort of like a capsule wardrobe. So not everything is like super matchy-matchy or anything, but if I had only made 9 things in the coming year, they would all like kind of go together. So that was one of my goals. The second was to primarily shop my stash for both the patterns and the fabrics, which I managed to do for 7 of the 9 projects. So that's really exciting to me. And then the other goal that I had was around size inclusivity. So that's something I'm weighing against all the time with, I want to use the patterns that I've already bought and paid for, that are in my stash, but also there's a lot in there from before I started buying with inclusivity in mind. So with these projects, I made sure that all of the patterns that I'm going to be making go at least up to a body measurement of 57.5 inches in the hip. So it's still not quite where I want to be inclusivity wise, but it's a good start, especially since I am working on shopping my stash. So those are my 3 goals: intentionality, shopping my stash, and size inclusivity. So those were like really kind of what was driving these projects that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to dive in. So first up, I have a couple of dresses, which are my favorite things to sew, and I really love wearing dresses, but yeah, a lot of my Make 9 last year was focused on separates. So this year I've gotten a few dresses back in. So the first one is going to be in this fabric. This is a viscose challis from Minerva that I got a couple years ago. It's just this really cute like ochre floral with these little, I think it's actually navy, not black, little outlines here. And with this, I want to make a Helen's Closet Reynolds dress. I think it would be super cute because it'll be nice and flowy. I made a Reynolds last year, like at the very, very tail end of summer. So I didn't really get to wear it very much. I made it like, yeah, almost end of September. Yeah, I think it was the end of September. So I got to wear it like once, and I made it in a really stiff linen. So I think this is going to be really, really different. The color is actually really similar. It was also an ochre. But yeah, this is going to have like a totally different feel because it is so light and flowy, and I think I might add some waist ties. One of my favorite patterns like of all time has been the Wearable Studio Heidi dress, which is like pretty similar, except it has back pleats, and then in the pleats you do a little waist tie. It's super cute. I've made a bunch of them, but the size range is not great. I think I'm like the second to largest size. So the Helen's Closet is a much better option. For that, I believe it goes to a 58, if not a 60-inch hip, but I'll pop that in. Yeah, so that's the first one. I think it'll be super cute with like the little miltered corners, the little side slits. Yeah, super cute. So that's the first one. So the next dress I have to talk about is going to be a shirt dress, and I want to make it out of this lovely fabric. So this is a Stonewashed cotton. So it has like this really cool, it probably won't come up on screen, but it's got like a really nice texture. Not as pronounced as you would see with like a Stonewashed linen. But yeah, I really, really like it. And the color is like so pretty. They call it vintage pink. And yeah, it's kind of like maybe like a light marsala kind of color, like a clay maybe, but like a bit more pink. Yeah, I really, really love this color. And it's a really nice like light cotton, but it's got the texture in it, which just makes it really cool. So I got this. This is one of my like recent purchases. I just got it a couple days ago, but I had ordered samples for it like earlier in the fall, like maybe in October even, and just kind of been like sitting on it, wanting it. And then when I decided on the pattern, and then I wanted to make a shirt dress. I've never made a shirt dress before, so I wanted to do it I didn't want to go for like a shifty viscose or something. I wanted like a sturdy, well, not sturdy, but like a reliable cotton. Yes, a reliable cotton. That's what I'll call it. Something that's not going to shift around too much, but still has like, I mean, this is like 4 layers of it. I'm not going to unfold it all for you, but it does have, yeah, like a middle drape. It's not, yeah, it's not a viscose. It's not a cotton lawn. But it probably has more drape than like a poplin, because it's stonewashed, I'm guessing. But yeah, so the pattern I want to make is the Michelle Sews Effie shirt dress. This came out, I think, last year. I want to say like last spring or last summer, but I'm not totally sure. And I was really excited because there is an FBA built into, well, it comes in 2 size ranges. And so I would pick the 16 to 30 range, which yeah, comes with a dressmaker's D cup already built in. That's how it's drafted, so I'm very excited about that, because I hate doing full bust adjustments. I hate it. So yeah, really excited about that, and I think it's going to be a really great shirt dress. It's like a really simple shape, and it has the little waist tie, which I love a waist tie, so I think it's going to be a real win for my wardrobe to have a solid color dress, and that's a shirt dress. I don't have like either of those things, so yeah, I'm really excited about that one. So the next one I have is a very recent addition. I had like the Effie dress, I had planned on buying that fabric for like a couple of months. It was something like I really thought about. This one, however, I actually like had all my Make 9 projects, but then when this fabric arrived, I had to like swap things out a little bit. So this is the new See You at 6 Glitch Viscose, or like the print is called Glitch. So this came out like the end of December, and I really, really loved it. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get it now. I love it, but it will like probably go on sale and I can, you know, scoop it up some other time. Well, it went on sale like this week. And yeah, so I got this in I think it's a going out of business sale actually, from Droomstoffen. So I'll put a link in. This one is sold out, but they do have lots of other fabrics on sale until they're gone, I guess. But yeah, so this one, it just like really went with the vibe that I was going for, and really kind of went with the whole like color palette and intention that I was looking at with this collection. So yeah, I had to like give another project the boot, which I'll still talk about probably. It'll be like Make 10. But yeah, I really, really love this kind of abstract print. The colors are like rust, turquoise, and like dark green with some black and white in there. I love this kind of abstract print. I keep like checking it out in the mirror behind the camera, so sorry that I'm looking away, but it's just so pretty. I love it so much. Yeah, so I'm really, really excited about this one. I feel like this kind of print, like it's obvious, it's not a solid, like it's a print, but I feel like it can function kind of in the same way that a solid would function in your wardrobe, because it is so abstract and it's such a small scale. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm always looking for prints like these, and these colors are just so pretty. So this, I think, is going to be a Nina Lee Park Lane dress, and that is another pattern that I haven't had in my stash. That'll be a new purchase, but it's one that I've been wanting like forever, especially when they came out with the size range update, again with the full bust adjustment built in. I guess it's not a full bust adjustment, it's just drafted for a deeper bust cup. So I'm really excited to try that out. I definitely will want to toile it. I'll toile the Effie dress too, probably, but definitely for this one, because the Park Lane dress has that like curved waist and then like very straight skirt, so I want to make sure that the waistline is hitting me where it needs to be, especially since the bust shaping that it has is just like some gathers underneath. I want to make sure those gathers are like hitting me at the right spot and not giving me like saggy boob, which I feel like can happen with that style. So I definitely want to toile it, but I love when I got this, I knew I wanted it to be like kind of a wintry dress. So I wanted something with sleeves, ideally like poof sleeves, because I'm all about that big sleeve energy. And then like pretty simple in the skirt. So I think that that'll be a really cute match with this fabric. And I think it's gonna be probably what I move on pretty quickly, like this month or next month. So super excited about that. Moving into tops, I have this lovely jersey. It's not super exciting. It's just a, wow, it is quite wrinkly. It has yet to go in the wash. It's just a cotton jersey, but I really love this like wine red burgundy color. Yeah, so this is going to be I needed like some regular tees in my wardrobe, but I think for Make 9, I also wanted it to be like somewhat elevated, a little bit special. So I've gone with the Seamwork Ace top. Body-wise, like it's really just a t-shirt. It's a long sleeve t-shirt. But what is so cool about it is this like built up funnel neck, which I think is really fun. I think it'll be really cool by itself or layered up. I really want to have it to wear under pinafores. I think would be super cool. So yeah, I mean, it's just a wardrobe basic, but it's definitely something that I need, especially because it is quite cold here, and I need more like long sleeve tees to keep warm. So yeah, that'll be an Ace top. Another item that I have really needed in my wardrobe, like for a while now, is some blouses. It's something that I'm like really lacking. And another thing that I really wanted to kind of work into my wardrobe this year is printed separates. So I have a lot of printed dresses, and then I have a lot of solid separates. So now I kind of want to like mix that up. I want some solid color dresses, and I want some prints that I can mix and match with those solids, or depending on the prints, I guess. But so I have this really adorable fox print viscose. Yeah, I think it is super cute. It's really light and like a little bit sheer. I think it'll be fine for a blouse, but like if it was a dress, it would definitely need a lining. But yeah, like they're so cute, and I love like, again, these like rusty tones are definitely what I'm going for more of this year. So I got this, well, okay, I got this fabric twice because I found a bolt end when I was in Daventer last summer, and it was like 1.5 meters. I'm like, yeah, I can make a blouse out of that. I can make like 2 of the blouses that I own in my pattern stash, but most blouses for my size need like at least 1.7, if not like 1.9 meters. So I was like, I got home and I was a bit bummed. So I've just kind of been sitting on it, like I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I guess I could do like a tank top, but it wasn't what I really like wanted. And so a couple weeks ago, I was like, well, maybe I can just like see if they have some more. And the shop I bought it from did not, but I was able to just search Viscose Fossa, which is fox and viscose in Dutch, and sure enough, it popped up at a little shop in Belgium, so I was able to order it from them. So now I have enough to make a pussy bow blouse, which funnily enough was on my very first Make 9 that I did several years ago and did not make. However, since then, I ended up not making it that first time because I realized that the sizing was probably just not going to work for me and that I would have to make a lot of adjustments, and I like wasn't ready for that at the time. But I like held on to the idea that I really wanted a pussy bow blouse. And since then, they've re-released it in their new 16 to 30 range. And so I got that, like the pattern update. So I'm really excited to try it. And I'm wondering, what I haven't read a lot about is I know a lot of people struggled with the standard sizing, even in the smaller sizes, that the sleeves and the back were really narrow. So a lot of folks had like struggle with movement. And I don't know if that's the case with the new size, if they've updated, if that issue was addressed in the sizing update. So I don't know, if you are in the 16 to 30 range and you've made that, let me know how the fit was across the back and in the arms, because that is a thing that I'm a little bit nervous about. So I'm definitely going to toile it before cutting into these cute little foxes. Like, I'm so excited for the little bow. I just think it'll be like so adorable. Yeah. So the next one is a pattern that I'm like very late to the party about. I want to make a Friday Pattern Company Adrienne Blouse. So knit top with raglan, very poofy sleeves. Yeah. I don't know where I've been, but I'm really excited, and I went deep in my stash for this one. This might be one of the oldest fabrics in my stash. I actually just brought it home from the States with me this summer. Like, yeah, it was in America, and I've lived here now for almost 5 years. So this is like one of the first, this is I think the first knit fabric that I bought when the year I started sewing. And I have no idea what it is. I'm assuming it's probably like a poly viscose. I could do a burn test, but it's really sheer. This is a double layer. Let me see if I can like unfold it. It's like a sweater knit. Come on, there we go. Oh, it really wants to stick together. Yeah, so super sheer. Definitely need to wear like a tank top underneath, which I actually have a couple that are like almost this color. But I thought it would be so cool to have like the really bluesy, I don't know why I'm trying to like do this on camera. It looks really silly. But yeah, I think the bluesy sleeves will be so pretty in this. I'm definitely going to try the pattern first with like a light viscose jersey, because my motto now for trying new patterns and new fabric types, I've never sewn with sweater knit, I should say. So yeah, I don't want to try a new pattern and like a new kind of fabric at the same time, which I know that the Adrienne Blouse is supposed to be super easy, but I just have no idea how this fabric is going to react or stretch. I don't know. I guess I'm a bit nervous, but yeah, I just think the color is so pretty, and the like floaty drapiness will be so nice in an Adrienne blouse. So something that I discovered about myself this last like year and a half is that I really like skirts, and I very adamantly, for some reason, always thought of myself as like not a skirt person. I don't know. But it turns out I really like skirts. So I only have a couple, and they are like printed, so there's only a couple things that I can wear with them. So one of the things I wanted for this year was a really basic, really universal skirt. So for that, I picked out this little chambray, light chambray that I had. I've had it in my stash for a couple of years now, actually. And I want to make a true bias Mave skirt. Now I haven't decided on, like, so the Mave skirt has a ton of options for, you could do like just a mini skirt, you could do a maxi skirt with 2 tiers or 3 tiers. Like it's definitely kind of like a pick your own adventure kind of thing. So I haven't decided like what version of the Maeve I want. I might just want like the simple above the knee, like A-line skirt, no ruffles, no tiers, just super simple. But I'm not sure yet. I've seen a couple like really cute versions, because it's not like, the tiers are not super big ruffles, which I really like. And the shape of the skirt is really nice. So I got the pattern like when it first came out, like early spring last year. I still haven't made it. So I was like, it really has to go on my Make 9 so that I can actually get that planned and in my wardrobe. So yeah, a nice little simple chambray skirt. So my next project is going to be made with this beautiful fabric. This is a viscose twill I got last summer. I love the color, I love the print, and back in October I thought that I was going to make a Wilder gown out of it, or even like a Tamsin dress. But the more that I didn't quite get to it, was the thing. And I think it would be really great made up in either of those. I think I would wear it all the time. But a pattern that I've really been wanting to try for a long time is the Paper Theory Zadie Jumpsuit. Again, another like huge cult favorite in the sewing community that just like haven't got around to. And so, yeah, I really decided I wanted to make a Zadie this year. And I was kind of going back and forth if I wanted like a solid or a print, but this one just kind of kept popping back to me. And yeah, I think like the size of the floral is like pretty big and bold, but because it is monochrome with just the black on the dark green, I think it won't like read as such a like statement jumpsuit. I think it'll be pretty cool, like very chill, which is what I want in a wrap jumpsuit. So yeah, it's definitely one that I will want to twirl, because I can never buy jumpsuits in store because my torso is super long. So I want to make sure that I get the length right, because yeah, my legs are short and my torso is long. So yeah, I want to make sure that all the proportions are good and that I can, you know, sit comfortably. But yeah, I think this will be a really pretty Zadie, and I'm excited to make it. So the last piece in my Make 9 is one that kind of was really like the cornerstone piece, both like color-wise, but also kind of like where I was wanting to go style-wise this year. And that is this really pretty rust, like rusty clay stretch cotton twill. And for this, I want to make a, oh gosh, I just lost it. Jennifer Lauren handmade Dulcie Pinafore. That's what it is. It's another one that I've had the pattern for ages. I'm someone that loves pinafores. Like I really love them every time I see them, especially the ones that are more like shift dress-esque. But I don't have any. I made a Tilly and the Buttons Bobby pinafore a couple years ago, in a fabric that I ended up like hating. But yeah, like it wasn't something that I really got to wear very much. Yeah, so I'm really excited for this like pumpkin spice, more like 60s vibe. And all of the tops that I put in the Make 9 are all gonna like go really nicely with this. Like, let's just see real quick. So cute, pussy bow blouse, and it's got like the square neckline, so I think like the little bow will be so cute. And then should be able to layer up the Adrienne blouse with it, as well as the Seamwork Ace. Now this is probably not like the color combo I would go to like all the time, but I think especially for fall, this kind of like crimson spice would be very nice. So yeah, with all of these plans, I kind of had like, will it go with, and obviously I'm not going to wear a dress with a pinafore, but like, does it go with the vibe of the Dulcie Pinafore in this rusty cotton? So yeah, it was really like my cornerstone. I'm super excited about making it. I am actually twirling it right now in a similar, it's like a stretch linen cotton. So I think it'll give me like a similar feel. But yeah, so I'm twirling that up right now. And yeah, have such high hopes for this like 60s shift dress pinafore to layer up with all of my cute tops. So yeah, really excited. So that was my whole make 9, but I did mention that before the glitch viscose came into the mix that I already had 9 plans. So I thought I would share the one that like got the boot. Also because if you watched my make 9 2021, I had shared like what I didn't get to. So what I didn't get to making last year that I really want to make this year, it's kind of my like honorary make 9, make 10 in parentheses, I don't know. But I have this really, really pretty wool blend. It's like a twill with little flecks of like other colors in it. It is so, so pretty. And I really wanted to make a jacket with this. And initially last year I had set out to make the Helen's Closet Pona jacket, but midway through I was like, I don't really think I'm gonna like that with the drop shoulder and such a bulky fabric. I think, yeah, I would just feel like very linebackery is kind of how I feel in, well, I discovered that that's how I feel in anything this drop shoulder, like that has a lot of body. So I got the Seamwork Baz to use with this fabric, and I'm hoping to do that like early this year. So it'll be like finishing off my make 9 from last year, or well, almost. It would be, if I do this, it'll be making 8 out of 9 from last year, but just a little bit late. So I thought about rolling it over onto this year's make 9, but then when I got that fabric this week, I was like, nope. So this one got the boot, but it's still something that I really want to make this year. So I thought I would share it anyways. So that was my make 9, make 10, yeah. Kind of a glimpse into what I am hoping to sew this year beyond just these projects, but kind of my vibe, kind of what I'm going for. Yeah, and if you have sewing plans, whether you did a make 9 or maybe just like some sewing resolutions or light planning, I'd love to hear about it. So we can chat below in the comments, or you can find me on Instagram. Yeah, talking about sewing plans is like my favorite thing. So would love to do that with you. And yeah, that's all I've got for today. So till next time, thanks for watching. Bye.